Welcome in to the next episode of the show that nobody asked for.
It's Fireside Review with Christy and Andrew. So if you didn't join us for our pilot episode, we're just going to have a general discussion about the new set. So we're going to talk about the mechanics, the new cards, and all of that jazz.
We've taken a lot of positive feedback on board from the comments of our first video, so we're going to make this one even better for you guys.
Yeah, we've chosen 5 cards from the new set, one of each colour, that we decided between us, which we think are the most interesting or best cards from the set. So let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Our white spotlight for the set is going to be Buying Mummy. It's a 2/2 white creature for 2. Nice and easy with the subtype zombie. For Amonkhet, they've decided to go for white and black as the main zombies theme, as opposed to the blue and black which we've seen in previous sets, like Innistrad. But I really like what they've done with that, and the mummy kind of flavour really adds something to it.
Yeah, no, I really like it. I think it's particularly strong common. 2 mana for a 2/2 is always good, and then the ability where it taps down an artifact or a creature, I think that's a very strong ability to have.
Really good in draft, and
yeah, I could definitely see this in some limited play and standard play. You definitely see this.
Yeah, a good build around for zombies in general, I guess. You could. It's really interesting to look at the new cards that have been coming out for zombies.
Yeah, it's a very interesting card. And
so,
Kefnet, the Mindful. Okay, so the next card we're going to be talking about is the Blue God. So Kefnet, the Mindful. So it's 2 normal mana and 1 blue mana, so 3 mana in total for a 5/5, flying indestructible.
Seems good.
Seems decent. Seems good.
Amonkhet is all about the gods, so we had to talk about at least one of them. So
probably the jankiest one, but
yeah,
it's because the other ones were so good. The other cards in the other set were so good, so
yeah,
we had to.
So the new, unlike the gods of Theros, where they were all devotion related, so this one you all have to pass the trial of the god, and in this case you have to have 7 or more cards in your hand to kind of activate the god to make it flying indestructible. It's an interesting mechanic, but any blue deck, any good blue deck is hoping to keep 7 cards in his hand at all times. So really powerful, and
it's a strong card. Well, I think all the god cards are obviously very OP. I think this is less OP than perhaps some of the other god cards, but it's still a very good card nonetheless. Obviously 5/5 flyer, and if you can swing in for that for turn 3, then it's no worries for the rest of your days, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems powerful, and hopefully you'll see some play.
Hopefully.
Last episode, you may remember us talking about a certain 2 mana dragon. Well, here this time we're going to bring you a 1 mana 3/2 flying bird.
It's just ridiculous now, isn't it, Andrew?
It seems pretty powerful. Bone Picker is the pick for our black card. It's flying, death touch. It's the new Delver of Secrets. I'm calling it.
Yeah, I mean, you can drop this on turn 1 if you wanted. Walking Blister, play that for nothing. It dies. 1 mana, bang, Bone Picker, 3/2 flyer, death touch, coming at ya.
Now, it might not be the best play ever, but we like the ambition, and we're all about ambition here.
Bone Picker, mono Bone Picker, just 1 in the deck, it will do ya.
Mono black aggro all the way.
They are the first to greet descendants on their path to exile. So speaking about dragons, next we're going to talk about Glorybringer. So it's a 5 mana dragon, 4/4 flyer with haste. When it attacks, you may exert it, and if you do, it does 4 damage to target creature, non-dragon creature.
Of course. Exert's the new mechanic from the set, which means if you exert it, it doesn't untap during the next untap step, but it adds an extra powerful ability. In Glorybringer, it's a really good source of quick removal as well, that sticks on the end of your hasty dragon.
Be fantastic card in limited, I think, to draw this. So if you get this in limited, roll with it, beat them down before they can build their deck up.
It's really important to remember though that in the mirror match, if they hit you with their Glory Bringer, then you can't hit them with yours because it's non-dragon creature.
True. A dragon for a dragon blinds the whole world.
At Hazaret's discretion. The last card we're going to spotlight, of course, is in green. We're going for Vizier of the Menagerie. Lots of menageries going about in games at the moment. Not sure what that's about. But anyway, so this is clearly a gateway to 5-colour jank spells, and I expect to see nothing else in Standard for the next 2 years.
Yeah, solid.
No, but seriously, it seems like a really powerful card. 3/4 good toughness, doesn't get fiery tempered.
Look at the top card of your library at any time. Interesting ability, I like that.
Helps with cycling of the new set.
Yeah, ties in with that. Lots of good creature cards coming out in green as well, so obviously it looks like you can make a good deck within those. The artwork, you got a Naga, which is another word for snake man, on the front of it.
Technical term.
Along with an owl, a lion, looks like a gazelle in the background as well, and it looks like a Togepi he's holding in his hand. I'm not quite sure about that one.
Bit controversial. Yeah, it's green often struggles with card advantage, so that being able to cast that top card off your spell, off your library, is it's like just having that one extra card in your hand. Just helps you keep that bit ahead if you need to filter through what your deck's doing. So yeah, really powerful cards.
And it's not legendary either, so it means you don't have to worry about disappearing.
That just about wraps up our top 5 spotlight for the set. So let's move on and talk about some mechanics.
Yeah, let's do it.
So with the Egyptian theme of Amonkhet, one of the most important mechanics is embalm, and so that's the mummification process of any creatures. So the new creatures in the set have embalm. It means you exile the card from your graveyard after it's already died, and you get a white zombie token for it, which works well with all the zombie tribal synergies. So
I like that zombie tribal.
I love it. One of my favourite cards in the set is Anointed Procession, which puts 2 copies of a token whenever you make a copy. So in that case, with Embalm, that's really powerful because you can get 2 quite powerful creatures, more so than a usual 1/1 soldier token would be.
I think you'll see a lot of commander play as well.
Yeah, I'm a big my commander deck is a Trostani deck, and I'm already running Parallel Lives, so this is a very similar card, and very similar, just different colour, and hopefully it might be good enough for Standard with all these servos floating around, but I guess we will see.
Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. I think Sacred Cat as well is pretty OP for the set.
It does seem a solid 1-drop.
It's broken.
It's the new Doomed Traveller, but it's Doomed Cat instead. So it is what it is.
They can't just keep throwing these broken cards in there, can they? Also, it's important to remember you can bring it back at any time. So
not just when it dies.
Yeah. So you won't necessarily want to bring it back straight away. You could be late game trying to stabilise, and those embalm cards could, when you're not getting them the top draw, could help you out late game to stabilise. So I think it would be really strong and limited embalm ability.
Embalm seems powerful, especially in draft. Maybe not in constructed, but with specific creatures, we can see how it does. See how it does.
Cyclone's back, baby!
It's an activated ability on a lot of different cards. It comes onto instants, creatures, maybe an enchantment or sorcery or so. It's a really interesting way to add extra value onto your early game cards, because if you can't play, say, a 6-mana spell, you can cycle it away for 2 mana and draw the card that you actually need at the time. So it seems powerful, but just extra options.
Gives you the option, doesn't it, when you're struggling? So if you need something else that's not that good, you can draw something else. It's not great, the value, not much value there.
Well, more value is added in some of the cards in the set,
such as Drake Haven.
Yeah, Drake Haven is
a good one.
One of our favourites of the set. So it's when you cycle or discard a card, you can pay 1, and if you do, it creates a 2/2 blue Drake creature token with flying on the battlefield, which seems powerful.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
So you're drawing a card every time and making a Drake. So
2/2 fly. You know, in draft, you're going to be spending at least 3 mana for a 2/2 flyer. So if you're only paying 1 mana for it and you're drawing a card, you're only losing 1 card and you get a 2/2 flyer. So that's pretty good value right there. I think it'd be quite hard to make a deck around this. Maybe it depends. I don't know. It's possible. It's possible actually. There's quite a lot of cycling in the set, so.
There's a cycling, but because this includes discard as well, I think that makes it more powerful because there's a lot more discard in the set.
True.
So maybe it can see.
It will see some limited play, I think.
But yeah, we're definitely enjoying Drake Haven, just because it makes a lot of Drakes. If you cycle and discard a lot, there are a lot of good discard cards, especially in blue. There's the new count spell, and to stop them curving out. And it seems like a lot of good value.
Blue control might see some play, I think.
I used to call me on my cell phone. I used to call me on my cell phone.
Negative counters are going to be a big part of the new set, especially in limited, but in standard as well. We've seen standard being dominated by black-green counters in the early stages of the development of Early Revolt. Just those snakes everywhere.
I'm fed up with these goddamn snakes on this goddamn battlefield.
Important things to note about negative counters. One is that the counters cancel out, so if you have +1/+1 counters and -1/-1 counters, then they do cancel each other out up to the point where obviously one's got more than the other. The other important things to kind of note about it is that it kills indestructible creatures.
Important that.
Especially with the gods in the set, which are indestructible, but if you give an indestructible creature minus effects like Grasp of Darkness or any negative counters, then it will kill them.
Would Yahani's expertise work on that, Andrew?
It would do, yeah. Any indestructible creatures, Yahani's expertise would work. The other thing to note is particularly vulnerable are 1 toughness creatures, because you can easily whack out a quick -1/-1 counter and kill off lots of little small creatures. So in your limited, may sway you a bit when you know that those creatures can be killed off more easily.
True, and you may see a lot more green creature play then coming from that, which may have a stronger toughness. So the next ability we're going to talk about is Aftermath. So you may have probably already seen the spoilers of these janky looking cards. So it looks like half of one card and then half of another card split into it. So it's normally, well, I think it is all the different colours. Is that correct, Andrew?
Yeah, they come to do everything.
Yeah, so it's one colour of one, and then normally it's a different colour.
Yeah, so sometimes they're the same, but they tend to be split between the 2 colours.
So yeah, so how it works is you'll play. It's normally, is it sorcery every time? Is it?
No, not every time. It can be instant sometimes as well.
So it could be an instant or sorcery that you'll play as the original spell, and then the Aftermath ability is another instant or sorcery that you can play from the graveyard. So when you play that first spell, it'll go into the graveyard, and there'll be an Aftermath ability that you can play, which will then affect the board. They normally tie into each other. So Cut Ribbons does 4 damage to the target creature, and then the Aftermath, each creature loses X life.
It's actually each opponent. Otherwise, that would be really good if each creature lost life. It really would be, because what is life in Magic? What is life? But yeah,
in limited, I think I think they're quite good cards, most of them. Some of them are a bit janky, but I think a lot of them are really good cards.
Some of the cards look a bit underwhelming. Seem like quite small, expensive effects, but having 2 cards on 1 card is really powerful, because it's like having 2 cards to play. So especially in limited, we've seen it recently come up in the Eternal Masters set, and it comes up in a lot of cubes. People like it. The flashback mechanics. So that's we've seen this powerful before. So maybe Aftermath, even though some of the cards are a bit underwhelming, could be quite powerful.
So next we're going to talk about the ability Exert. So this basically is when a creature attacks, you may use its Exert ability, which, for instance, we're going to say Champion of Ronus, which allows you to play a creature from your hand onto the battlefield without paying its mana cost, and then that creature that you've exerted stays tapped for your next untap step.
The symbols of the characters pushing them to the edge of their abilities in the trials of the gods. I think it's a really cool mechanic. Some of the effects are really powerful. We've seen it in Glory Chaser already, and yeah, we really like Champion of Ronus just for the semantics. You know, maybe a commander card, but seems.
I think it's a decent card. You know, you can have a really powerful creature card in your hand, and if you play in that by turn 5, 10/10, create another 10/10 token.
Yeah, play Ulamogs, play.
Amonkhet wasn't banned.
Yeah. Oh, rip.
Or you can play a Sacred Cat and just, you know,
Sacred Cat.
Get some real value out of it.
Yeah.
But it seems like a really, yeah, like Andrew said, the flavour it's really nice. You know, pushing the creatures to the maximum ability. And yeah, I like the flavour of it, and I think it can be powerful, easily abused as well. Always watching. Would that work, Andrew?
It would, always watching it. If you can still exert a creature with vigilance or one that doesn't tap.
And it wouldn't tap.
It wouldn't tap.
So you can do it every turn then.
Yeah, you can keep going. So very powerful.
Okay, so yeah, something that can easily be abused as well.
So we've covered all the mechanics. There's some returning. You've got things like prowess, flying, your usual tramples and such. But those are the most interesting ones.
Yeah, let's move on to something else. So in case you can't read the title, it says Invocations. I thought it was written pretty clearly, but obviously not, Andrew. Not actually.
Yeah, so we'll have a quick look at Invocations for the set. The new Masterpiece series with an Egyptian theme. Well, they've been one of the most audibly hated designs in recent history. So many people hating on it. Now Christie still hasn't pulled a masterpiece. Didn't get a single invention, whereas I've got 3. So
it's pretty janky.
Pretty janky. But do you even want one of these, Christie? Do you want one of these new cards?
I'm not sure I do, Andrew. Really, to be honest.
It's a real shame to use up all of your luck on one of these janky cards.
So janky. It's
They are growing on me, and I'd like to see it in front of me, the cards. Maybe they look different up front with the foiling and such. So we will have a look out for the card. Here we've got Bontu just for reference to see what the card looks like. Some of them do look a bit interesting, but I think the black ones look okay because the black on the side.
Yeah,
is,
the black ones. I think it mainly is that just bold colour border around it. I can see where they're going with it. Obviously, they wanted to sort of get the theme of the pyramids and the pillars and sort of being locked in like a tomb. Hence the small arts and sort of the big, bold outline.
Yeah.
But I feel like at the end of the day, if it doesn't look good, then
people won't want them.
Exactly. No one wants a card with just writing on. You know, half of it is the art. So I feel like they could have done a lot more.
I think it's a lot of people's opinion actually. We've got time for a quick guest segment here. So welcome back to our new favourite cat. It's Cloudy.
All I'm going to say is it's about time that we're going to get some cat tribal support in standard. I think Regal Caracal is the best card I've ever seen. And it combos really well with Felidar Guardian. Everyone else's favourite cat card at the moment. Even if it might get banned. And I'll be really upset if it does. But Regal Caracal will be enough to take me through the hard times. I'm also a big fan of Sacred Cat. Another solid 1-drop. A very aggressive white creature, and I think I just really think it's important that we're being represented here.
With all these new cards in the new set, which decks are you most looking to play, Christy? Are you looking to improve on your current Paradox engine, or what are you thinking for the new set?
So in terms of improving my current decks, I've got a black and white Revolt deck at the moment. I've seen some good cards in there. So for a start, the Black God card, I think that'd be a great attribute to my current black and white Revolt deck.
I agree. A bit of sacrifice.
Yeah, exactly. Should be swinging with that every turn if it all goes to plan. Also, Bone Picker could have a shout out on my black and white Revolt deck. A few other cards in there that I like to mess around with. I got a green and white humans deck.
Bit off the curve, off the meta, but attack the meta.
Yeah, see if I can get that in there somewhere.
You've got Glory Bound Initiate, the new 2-drop human, might be worth testing out.
In terms of new decks, probably at the moment the only thing I'm thinking of is mono white zombies.
Mono white, interesting.
Mono white zombies control / aggro.
We like that. Of mid-range. We like that. We like that. Damn right.
And also green, maybe something in green. I like the look of. But apart from that, we'll have to see how it goes. What about you, Andrew?
A lot of powerful new cards. I would like to make a white-black zombies deck. It looks pretty cool. I just want to make loads of tokens. I want to anoint in procession everyone. I really want to do under the floorboards. Imagine that playing 6 zombies out with curving into anointed possession into under the floorboards. It seems pretty powerful. That's one of the combos I'm looking forward to play. Maybe a bit janky. Obviously, there's the old turn 3 combo in stun at the moment, but or will be, and I'm not sure if that's worth making, but it's definitely interesting, and I think there's a lot of exciting cards, and hopefully after the ban announcement comes out, we'll work out a bit of what the meta's doing, so we can
a ban announcement, Andrew.
Yeah, there is a ban announcement to be made a week from.
For standard, will that be?
It's for everything. So they're not necessarily banning cards, but they're just updating the list.
Okay.
So that's a week from the 18th, which is today of filming. So about a week's time. So it'll be interesting to see where we go from there. Yeah. So yeah.
Do you think anything will be banned?
I think they find it hard not to ban either a piece of Sahili combo or something on Mardu vehicles. There's a lot that people have looked at, a lot have pointed the blame. They said like Gideon should be banned, or
you can't really keep banning these OP cards, so can you?
Banning's not the solution. But
I think bringing out cards in the new set that combat these combos is the way forward. Banning's not the solution.
Yeah, it's difficult though when our Sovereign, not Sovereign, Sovereign, the cat thing. Yeah. It does make it quite oppressive in the format, and you have to play a deck to beat it. So we'll see.
We will see.
Anyway, that's all we've got time for on this episode of Fireside Review.
I'm Christy.
I'm Andrew. We are Team Get Wrecked. And of course, we'll see you next time for
Hour of Devastation!
That was a bit corny, wasn't it?
I don't know where it was going, mate.
No, I liked it. I liked it. I think.
I was like,
yeah, that was really good.
goddamn snakes! I'm exerting myself.